What up, dogs? Welcome back to Garo Attacks Thunder Heroes. Rawr. Let's get right back into it, shall we? Yes, we shall. Last episode we talked about our next god that we recruited into our ranks, Aphrodite, the goddess of love. And talked about how she looks cool and she's gilded. Talked about how she uses love, which is, in my opinion, the base of all magical elements in the world, to defeat her foes. And we also talked a little bit about how she's an evil god? A vengeful god? Sort of like Athena and Abaddon? What? How could you say that? Well, once again, it's about the balance of evil and good, like I've been talking about, and also about how the fact that Shinto Windy might actually be a good god. Let's talk about that right now, though. But before we do that, real quick, I just want to, if we have enough, go ahead and bring this dude up to level 7. And I'm just going to stick it right on here. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we'll head back. Where are we? There we are. We're almost done, by the way, if you haven't noticed. Next up, we got Shinatobi the Wind. Can we do this? Holy shit. Maybe. It's a very, very low chance. Anyways, Shinatobi the Wind Deity, let's read about it. The winds have picked up your call for aid. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do it. Oh no, we did it! That's so cool. Alright. The winds have picked up your call for aid. She says, oh, it's a girl? Oh, never mind. Winds have picked up your call for aid, she says. She appears to levitate above the ground, and her presence suggests she holds within her the power of 1,000 hurricanes. Cool! Alright. Well, when you first read that, you're thinking, oh, well, obviously, you know, it's worse than Aphrodite, because Aphrodite uses love. Love's a good thing. Whereas this lady uses 1,000 hurricanes. Hurricanes are bad. Evil, good, evil, good. Well, that's the issue here, isn't it? That's the issue here, isn't it? Let's keep talking it up, though. The first stuff is Dancing Blades. Increases the deity's DPS by 100%. Swords dance in the wind, dicing and chopping enemies into bits and pieces. Well, there you go, dicing enemies into bits and pieces. Bad, good, bad, good. Well, if you look at the icon, it's a blade with wings around it. When's the last time we've seen a blade with wings around it? That's correct. Mercedes Duchess of Blades and her blessed sword. What? Is that true? No. Dancing Blades has got wings around it because it's a wind deity. Of course it's got wings. Well, you can believe what you want to believe, but that's what I think. Not only are the blades dicing and chopping, but they're also blessed. Not just flying, but they are blessed. Next up, we got Annoying Winds. Oh, there you go. She's annoying. The worst trait in a woman. Bad, good, bad, well. Let's take a look real quick. It's in a book, The Reading Rainbow. Increases DPS of all heroes by 10%. This one. Strong gusts of wind break down enemy morale. Oh, that doesn't sound so bad, does it? Yes, it's annoying winds, but it doesn't annoy us. It annoys the enemy. For us, it increases all of our attack, and that's a good thing in my opinion. Especially if you're assuming that our enemy is bad, which, you know, some people might have already consigned to my theory that we're the bad people and the enemies are actually not so bad. Anyways, next up, we got Blade Storm. Well, there you go. A storm of blades. What an asshole this Shintobi lady is. Good, bad, good, bad. Well, you know, keep your opinions to yourself for just a second. I'll go through these one by one. Blade Storm. Amass any and all weapons and throw them into this tornado I've conjured, says Shinatobi. Pieces of sharp metal twirl violently at the edges of the tornado. Okay, so it's a Blade Storm. She asks all of us to throw our blades in it. Which blades do you think are thrown in there? Well, obviously, Dancing Blades is in there, which, as we've said, is a blessed... Okay, we're not going to kill this dude. Which, as we said, is a blessed sword. Love hurts. I'm pretty sure this has nothing to do with this actual sword, but it does have the same icon as the name brand weapon up here. I don't know if there's any connection lore-wise, but it looks... I think it might just be played. Well, if you want to make your own lore for it, you could, but also, Aphrodite was last episode. We're talking about Shintobi with deity here. So, the name brand weapon definitely goes in there. But, none of these gods really have blades. You know who's got blades? King Midas got blades. And, Sir George got this burning blade. And, Mercedes, her blessed blade goes in there as well. Oh, we got 2 blessed blades in the bunch. Then there's quick blade, enchanted blade, and we've all said that, all magic is just distilled or diluted amounts of love going in there. And mithril blade, and probably some more blades, but more often than not, the blades going in there are actually of the blessed variety, and the more powerful ones that are in there are of the blessed variety. So, I'm thinking good, maybe, on this one. Next up, here's another skill that's a base root skill of all the skills that other people are using, especially Athena using her war screen. Well, where do you think that came from? Well, it came from all reverberations on the planet, which come from storms, which come from wind, which comes from the wind deity Shintobi. And she uses this skill, Eye of the Storm, increases DPS by another 100%, and it creates a storm of epic proportions, perhaps the biggest storm in history, to constantly ravage your enemies. You're probably like, oh well, that's kind of an asshole move right there, always making the enemy like in a storm. Bad, good. But once again, these are our enemies we're talking about, and storm of epic proportions, probably the biggest storm in history. What do you think is going on in the rest of the planet then? If Shintobi, the wind deity, is focusing all her energy on one huge storm, in my opinion, the rest of the planet, like scientifically speaking, would just have like great weather, wouldn't it? Not only does it just hurt our enemies, but it makes everywhere else a like amazing place to live. Unless you're in the desert and a storm or two would be really nice to get rid of droughts and whatnot. Then I guess it's bad, but everywhere else, if you live in a habitable place, then Eye of the Storm would be so nice. You can go outside and be like, oh, it's not raining. Oh man, I can see in front of me. Oh man, it's so warm too. Oh, this is so nice. I wonder what happened. Well, Shintobi happened is what happened. And last but not least, we got Reload. In addition to Aphrodite, sorry, not in addition to, like, similarly to Aphrodite, Shintobi teaches us a technique, and that technique is Reload. Reload reduces the cooldown of the last skill we used by an hour, which is basically like all of the skills that we use are an hour or less cooldown, except for the Dark Ritual, which is 8 hours cooldown. So basically, Reload makes us, use a skill that we had just used immediately afterwards. It's a sort of like a comboing technique. We're riding on the winds, basically, of Shintobi's current. And in my opinion, there's no way you can see this as a bad thing. I mean, sure, yeah, there's swords in it, but it doesn't really mean, oh, he's hitting you with swords to reload. That makes no sense. In fact, I have no idea why they put this sword right here. Maybe it's just a representation of, oh, what could go in the Eye of the Storm? Well, this sword as well, in addition to all the other swords. But once again, to reiterate, in my opinion, I think Shintobi is the good, wholesome deity or god that's balancing against Aphrodite's wickedness, because she is wicked. Remember how I told you she's very similar to my ex-girlfriends? Well, I wasn't just joking there. I was being sort of serious. I hate to get sexist up here, but it sounds to me like Aphrodite is a straight-up, typical, not literal, but figurative succubus. Uses love, a very powerful emotion, and she knows how powerful it is to get what she wants. I don't know, like, I hope you don't take that as sexist, because I know for a fact that all women don't do this, but I do know for a fact that some women do, and the ones who do, I think, are, like, really shitty. Like, super shitty. So, Aphrodite would be one of these people, or a caricature of one of these people, since she is a video game character, and she doesn't even talk or move around. That's just a picture of her right there. So, once again, all the stuff that she used, and I talked about it in my last episode, to defeat her enemy, it's kind of like a shitty thing to do your enemy. Whereas Shinatobe, he just, like, he kills them regularly. They know what's coming with Shinatobe. Oh, it's Shinatobe. He's gonna fucking use a blessed blade and a bunch of blades in a blaze storm, and annoying winds to create a storm around us, where everything just gets killed, basically. With that, like, you at least know you're about to die. With Aphrodite, you don't know it's gonna happen until it fucking happens. And when it happens, yeah, you'll be happy, but you'll also be dead, which is sort of, like, shitty. I bet you every time in the afterlife, people will just realize, oh shit, I wanted this when I was alive, but I kind of wish I was still alive, though. It's a great way to go, but also, I do miss life and breathing and eating food as opposed to being dead. Well, that's what Aphrodite offers you. A very attractive way to die that will fuck you up for the rest of your life mentally. Whereas Shinatobe, he just kills you outright because, you know, wants to give you a proper death. Proper warrior's death. So I think he's a good deity. And honestly, he might be the last of our deities. Because as you see, there's some, it looks like just regular people coming up. There's Grant, Frostleaf, Dread Knight, and then Atlas down here. We'll talk about those dudes when it comes time. But for right now, let's see if we still got a few minutes left. Let's see how much. There you go. Level 2 times. Let's kill this dude and then start up on here. Primal Dearthbat. Another 14 hero souls. Let's see what happens. Dread Knight's almost at level 10. I can get this ability right here if I want to. Lost Soul. 100 DPS. Yeah, no, there's no way I'm beating this dude. Not right now, at least. Ooh, I do have, like, these 4 and this guy ready, so maybe, hold on. If I reset. Oh, shit. I think I did it, you guys. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and continue with these clicks right here, because I'm about to end the video soon, so thought I'd just get this out of the way. Next time, we just progress from where we were at. Okay. Alright, sounds good to me. Do we still not get nothing? Nothing, not even a little bit. Holy shit. That's crazy to me. Maybe I do need to ascend like one time just to be like, just to reset it and be like, oh, well, there you go. And looks like we got all the upgrades from all the dudes now, except for Dread Knight. So this is probably the most DPS we're going to be doing without leveling dudes up. So until then, you know, we'll still talk about Grant next time, then Frostleaf and Dread Knight, and then actually we'll talk about Grant and Frostleaf, and then Dread Knight I'll talk about once we get all of his abilities, or as much as we can before we run out of fucking money. Regardless, after these two, I think I'll start on some of the ancients over here. Or I think actually, yeah, there's only one thing on the ancients, and we'll just break out the ancients in one episode. And after that, we'll just start playing the game like regular. The zombie bloop? I've never seen this bloop before. Well, I killed it. Zombie bloop. So yeah, we'll talk about all that next time. But until then, like, subscribe, comment. If you're enjoying the series so far, I know I am, and I'll see you guys next time, where we'll talk about Grant the General, who's probably not a god. I'll have to reevaluate that once time comes along. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. Next time. Peace out.